Welcome to the third edition of Score a Better Future Credit Conversations presented by FICO, where we break down important topics around your credit and FICO scores. Thank you for joining us. My name is Keon Haley. I am the program manager for Score a Better Future. I'm joined today by Tom Quinn, Vice President of Scores and the host of the previous two credit conversations. If you haven't seen those, please check them out on our Facebook or YouTube pages. It's great to see you, Tom.
Hey, Keon, how's it going? I'm happy to be here and happy to be on the receiving end of questions this time for something different.
Always a pleasure. So if you were unaware, April is Financial Literacy Month, and we are here to discuss this important topic and provide you with some resources to help you better understand and keep up with your own financial health. So Tom, let's talk about some basics. What are FICO scores?
Sure. So a FICO score is a three-digit number, which is typically calculated from the information or data in your credit reports, which are housed at the three major credit reporting agencies. That's Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And FICO scores generally range from a low of 300 to a high of 850, where higher scores equate to better. That means to a lender, the higher your score reflects a higher odds of your paying as agreed on credit accounts in the future. So whenever you apply for credit, lenders need a fast and consistent way to decide whether they're going to grant your request and loan you the money. And in most cases, they'll look at your FICO scores as part of that process. In fact, 90% of top US lenders use FICO scores. So in summary, it's a tool that helps lenders determine how likely you are to repay a loan.
Nice, some really good information there. And so again, since we're in Financial Literacy Month, let's speak about some history here, right? Why were FICO scores created?
Yeah, it's kind of, you have to go back in time to get some perspective here. In the days before credit scoring, there were different ways that lenders would make decisions about who they were going to grant credit to or not. So they would look at things and data about your address, the type of employment you had, how long you've been employed, number of dependents, gender, and other things like that. And, there's always, people were often approved or denied based on inconsistent and sometimes even unfair information. So in the late 80s, in 1989, FICO scores were created as a way to help make that lending process more consistent, transparent, and fairer for the consumer.
Well, nice. I think you've started hitting on this point, but why are FICO scores important?
Well, if you think about our day-to-day lives and how we live, consumer credit is just an important key driver in the U.S. Consumer economy. If you think about it, I don't know about you, but I can't just go write a check to buy a house or a car. I need to get credit to get access to a car, to a home, to pay for education, etc. And FICO scores play an important role here. They kind of act as the credit currency, supporting this credit infrastructure, and in turn, helping millions of people enrich their lives. So higher FICO scores can potentially save consumers thousands of dollars in interest and fees, as lenders are more likely to extend lower rates and better terms if you present less of a risk to them as measured by your FICO score. So higher scores are better. Because of credit scores, people can get loans faster, number one. Number two, they can gain access to more credit options at more attractive rates. And number three, make credit decisions fairer.
Right. So I would assume that understanding this process and understanding your FICO score are things that are really good. So, why, outside of that, why are financial literacy and credit education, really important, and how can it help consumers?
Well, I think with anything, any topic, the more you know, the better you understand it, the better you can use it to your advantage. And deepening your understanding of how credit systems and credit scores work, how lenders use credit scores, and how to better manage your credit puts you in a better position to make more informed credit decisions which can save you a lot of money over the long run. The good news is there's a lot of free and easy to access financial literacy content out there, but it's kind of up to each of us to take advantage of it to reap the positive results that we will see over time.
So that's a good point. It leads me into my next question. If someone wanted to better understand their FICO score, how should they go about that? And, what are some of the resources that they can use to assist them?
Right. So FICO has invested a lot of effort and energy into creating educational assets to help consumers better understand credit scores. Our main gateway to that information is at a website called myfico.com. And I like to kind of call it the Carnegie Library of Credit Information. So there's a lot of free educational content on that site, as well as the opportunity for you to check your own FICO scores and credit reports so you can stay on top of that. We also have a part of that site called the MyFICO Forums, which is kind of a crowdsourcing community that enables you to ask questions and peruse answers and topics that are on the top of mind of many different consumers out there, and it's all free. We also have a program called Open Access with lenders that enables your credit card issuer, for example, to share with you on your monthly online statement your latest FICO score and factors that are influencing that score. And we also make that available to credit counselors. And again, that's all free to you as a consumer. We highly recommend and encourage you to check your credit reports at least once a year to make sure the information's accurate on it. And there's a site called annualcreditreport.com that is created by the FCC and the 3 credit reporting agencies that enable access to your score, your credit report for free. And checking your own FICO scores. And it's important to understand that whether you're using MyFICO or annualcreditreport.com, that checking your own credit report and FICO score will not count against you.
Really good point. And I really do like those, the forum there on the MyFICO site. And then, we are here representing Score Better Future. So I do want to provide some information on that. In case you are unaware, Score Better Future is FICO's free credit education workshop program, where we travel the country and help consumers learn more about their FICO scores and how they affect them in their daily lives. We actually have an event coming up real soon, April 28th. It will be held at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And if you want to register for that event, you can do so at scoreabetterfuture.com. Again, the Score Better Future, it's where we help you learn about your FICO scores and also provide you with free access to nonprofit credit counseling. So again, a great place to really, go get your FICO score, get your credit report that you just spoke about, understand what's on there, and understand how to really proceed and help get your financial health in order. So, Tom, thank you for joining us here today. Really appreciate it. We have this was a great conversation. Again, I had mentioned earlier that Tom has hosted the 2 previous credit conversations that we have. So if you missed those, please check those out either on our Facebook channel or on our YouTube page. That's going to be FICO's YouTube page there. Like our Facebook page for more credit conversations to come, because this will not be the last conversation that we have here. And, thank you again, Tom. You've been a wonderful guest, provided us with some really good information, and really appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. And I wish everyone out there a happy Financial Literacy Month.
Thanks, Tom. Bye, everyone.